Alright, we are back for the final. On the draw with a solid keeper. Well, the Gilgate was not really necessary. We mostly need red at this point, but I guess we'll get the red with Rangers, so... Or we'll get the red no matter what, sure. And this might be just a, 5 or 4 color control midrange. Mirror, sorry. My opponent could be unbanned though, just straight up banned with a Singed because they wanted acceleration. Research. Research is good. Research is pretty much where you want to be in this matchup, I think. If they are playing control. If they have a bunch of Dinrava's Horror, that could be tough too. Card is good and kinda difficult to beat. Because it's a threat and it's also card advantage, it's also good tempo wise, it's just a great card. Sky Swallower is pretty unbeatable in the control mirror. So here I'm gonna play around Genesis, I think it is. Mystic Genesis, and just drop my Ranger. If they want to counter it and get a 2-2, they can do so. And if they want to let it resolve, fine. But I don't really want to, run a Rotworm into a Genesis potentially, and have them getting a 5-5 and countering one of them at my best threat in the hand. Seems pretty loose. And Genesis was quite obvious there, with the mana they had, and the fact that they did nothing despite having a bunch of cards in hand. So now I guess they are, thinking if they should play Horror, or if they should continue to hold up Genesis. Or I'm completely wrong. Seagate Oracle, sure. Kinda stops our attacks. We'll drop Rotworm next turn, most likely. And then hopefully we can win with Sky Swallower, because unless they have a Terminus or Damnation, Sky Swallower, if you can resolve it, is usually GG in this matchup. Seal of Doom is not bad. And we should find a window to resolve the Sky Swallower. I'm never gonna play it into a bunch of open mana, but what is that? Ooh, Soul Manipulation. I did not expect that one actually. That's good. It's an uncommon. I haven't seen. I mean, it's a good card, but I haven't seen a ton of Soul Manipulation yet, so I did not play around that. Either way, I think it's fine to make them use it. Yeah. Really don't want to be playing the Sky Swallower into a Genesis. Maybe the thing they had was Soul Manipulation. Maybe they have Opportunity. That's kind of the worst case scenario, but maybe they are just flooded. The thing is, they have no pressure here. If they want to apply pressure, they'll have to tap a little bit of mana. I just don't want to play that into Genesis. Anything else, like if they end up having Ruse Familiar in the main deck and pay double blue, get back their Oracle and counter my thing, well, it's annoying, but I can live with that. I'm not gonna run the Sky Swallower into the Genesis though. Yeah, they are keeping 5 mana every single turn. There's just no way they don't have Genesis here. Keeping a couple of lands in hand for Horror, but I think we can play one. I severely doubt my opponent is just completely flooded. They could also have Rewind. Maybe they'll get to just keep their thing untapped till the end of the game. But between the Seal of Doom and the Spider, like, they are not close to have pressure on us. Yeah, I guess we'll run that into their Genesis. It's good enough where they will probably counter, but it's not the end of the world for us. And then Hopefully we can resolve the Sky Swallower and be in a good shape. Yep, as expected. Hopefully they don't have another one, though. Do we kill the use now? Any reason to kill it later? I don't know. It's a token, so it's not like they can go blink it. And either way, they could blink it already with the mana they have. I think we might as well just kill during their turn. I'm not gonna take 4, I don't think it's worth it. To see if they have something better to play later, but... Now the question is, if they do nothing, do I play around another Genesis? It's an uncommon, it's kind of a clunky spell. It's good, but you probably don't want to run too many of them. 2 I think is the maximum. Looks like a Noose Genesis for 1 billion. Slime Molding, I should rather say. And they kept 2 for the freaking Ruse Familiar. Yeah, I mean, if they have it, there's nothing I can actually do. I think it's time to try resolving Sky Swallower. Because the thing is, if they do have Ruse Familiar, it's they are never gonna not have it at this point. They can just keep it available all the time and still play some 8 drops and whatnot. And the card I could be representing here is simply Agony Warp. So I don't love doing that. They probably have the Ruse Familiar's Ruse, but nope. Alright, then we should be in decent shape because we do have a lot of champ block opportunities. And Sky Swallower, tough to deal with, as we know. I think we'll double block with Sky Swallower and Spider here, and get rid of the use because it's such a huge threat. Nah, maybe not. Alright. Pretty sure they have Forbidden Alchemy, alright. Since their last card was not Ruse Familiar, otherwise they would have countered the Sky Swallower, I would assume it is Agony Warp. There's not a ton we can do about that, though. Urban Evolution. Sure. Sky Swallower is a very solid 3-turn clock in most circumstances, but they drew a lot of things here. I would assume that the card they got of the Alchemy is the Evolution. Still quite a bit of cards though. Ranger I can live with. So we think they have Agony Warp in hand. I think this is the card that makes the most sense since they did not have Ruse Familiar's Ruse, sorry. I think it is the 2-mana counter spell that you have to bounce something back in your hand. Unfortunately we cannot Augur Spree the Sky Swallower to deal more damage at some point. It would almost be lethal next turn if we could do so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have the... That would make quite a bit of sense, the Agony Warp. Mind Shatter me for 3. Mind Shatter is great in this matchup. It's not great here, but it's great in this matchup. I think if you use that on use, we are just gonna take more damage. I don't think we want to be... Well, in theory we could double block, but they have Seal of Doom, so it's not gonna work out. So I guess we just kill the Oracle here. And lose to Forests. This looks like a tough matchup. They have a great 4-color control deck. Mind Shatter is great. They have a couple counter spells which are usually good. I mean, in general, they are playing more blue than we are, so they are slightly slower, so they have a better matchup. I think this is, this is what it looks like to me. I think we'll just block there. I could eat the Ranger. I don't know. Either way, this game is really about them finding something to not die to the Sky Swallower or not, but there will not be a mid-round where they can race me, I don't think so. So if we attack with the Spider, we put them down to 3. Which has some merits because it means that a 2 toughness flyer creature doesn't save them anymore. Or a 3 toughness creature, flying creature like Dragon. And then we can probably take 8. Like, I don't really think something like giving double strike to the Ooze is gonna happen next turn. It's a close call. Yeah, I could see them having Falconras Noble. Maybe Spire Drake. I mean, the 3/3 flash 5. I'm not sure what the name is. I think it's Spire Drake. I mean, in the end, I guess they have the Agony Warp. Maybe I just played into a Pitfall Trap. Yes, I did. So I lost a blocker for no reason. Oh, and they had a Fog. Okay. So with this magnificent sequence of play, we lose instead of winning. Pitfall Trap and Fog. Well, I really did not expect these 2 cards right here. So yeah, my bad. I mean, obviously I misplayed, but I don't know at which. I guess I got greedy maybe to try playing around them, top decking a flying blocker that could buy them one more turn. I'm not sure if the play is right, but Pitfall Trap into Deliverance seems like a very specific combination. So I'm not even sure that my move was wrong. I don't know, I really don't think playing the main deck Fog is great. Pitfall Trap is also a very fringe card. I mean that's good, that's worked out for that worked out for them. They have a blink now. Blink doesn't really change match to this board though. And we drew another Signet. Alright, GG. So had I kept the Spider, I would be at... Yeah, I would be at 11 now and I would still die next turn. Or have to chump block with Sky Swallower, which means we cannot lose anymore. So I guess I was losing to a Fog anyways. So it did not change anything. Feels bad, man, though. That was a very weird combination. I expected Agony Warp, not a main deck Fog. Oh well. Got me. I want Night Terror, Spell Pierce in this matchup. I love Hungry Springen in this matchup actually. Spectre is kinda nice. Yeah, Spectre is pretty good. I think Stinger is actually not very good in this matchup. Well, it's an annoying card, it's still solid. Could see cutting a Spider. I don't think this is exactly where what we want to be casting. It's not really threatening. Molten Rain. Yeah, if it was not double red, I think I would bring it in. But as a double red spell, it seems a little bit too much to ask. I don't think the trackers are very good in this matchup, actually. It's a strong card, though. They shown a couple Signet if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not sure I want the seal. Spectre seems like a great option to put pressure on them. It's a little bit tough on the mana, but you know, it's doable. Maybe not on the draw, but on the play it seems worth it, and I just don't see the tracker being great here. As most of the creatures we care about are going to be larger than most of our creatures anyway. Okay, well that's not a turn 3 Spectre, but that's kind of close. And if anything, we have a turn 3 Spriggan. Or turn 3 Harmonize, I guess. But I'd rather play the Spriggan first and apply pressure on them. I mean, we have the opportunity to play Beatdown here, I think I'll do it. They could have a Pitfall Trap, but what can you do about that? I'm just gonna attack into the Pitfall Trap. If they have it, well, they have it, whatever. I mean, they could have nothing. And if they have it, they are gonna get to use it on my Rotworm later on or on something. So it's like, you know, I mean, this was pretty much bound to happen at some point. And it's not like I constrained them on mana by... Well, I guess I could play the Rotworm and then attack with both creatures and they cannot play it for 1 anymore. But then they get to kill the Rotworm instead of the Spriggan, and probably don't have a ton of things to do anyways with their mana during their turn. I don't know. Maybe keeping it in hand was better. Jeez, Raven is annoying. Still no red. Yeah, Spectre is punishing me right now because, well, since it's a control mirror, it's still gonna be good a little bit later on, but still not exactly what I want to be doing right now. Signet I can live with. If they have Mind Shatter in hand, we probably lose, but I mean, it'd be what it'd be. They probably have Rewind here, is my guess. Should I run Harmonize into Rewind? I think I will. There's a chance they have nothing. So far they had everything we wanted them not to have. I'm not exactly sure how right it is to play stuff into their open mana or not. We know they cannot. I mean, if they had the 5 mana for the Genesis, I would not play Harmonize. Since they don't, I think it's fine. And it looks like they had nothing in any way, anyways. So unfortunately, we cannot run Ranger and keep mana available for the Rotworm. I guess we'll just play it and get a red. This way, if they go Dinrava Horror, bounce your Rotworm, make you discard, we can discard one of the red card, I mean the Signet, and still be able to cast our stuff. And it looks like a Dinrava Horror to me. Or, well, no, Ooze Genesis actually is more likely. Yeah, 6/6. Oh, Mind Shadow for 5. Yeah, there was that too. Then I guess we lose. We lost our 2 big finishers. Mind Shadow is pretty unbeatable, but... I mean, what can you do? I'll trade my Spectre for the Raven if they want to keep a card in hand. I think it's fine. I'll attack with everything. Also, if they want to take 8, discard a card and eat the Ranger, they can do so. I mean, we have a little bit of pressure. The opponent has 3 cards left, so depending on what's in their hand, maybe we have a shot. It just feels bad after, you know, they made you discard Sky Swallower and Broodmate. And it looked like they do have the counter and they were actually not bluffing, but they just were like, well, we don't care, we can Mind Shatter. Oh, interesting move. At least it means they have 1 useless card in hand. Whoa, them discarding Seal of Doom cannot be a great news. I mean, I have black creatures onto the battlefield right now, but still. They have a good deck. I think this is a match. I think we lose here, but I think it's a match that could have gone in either direction. But having Mind Shatter twice and the Pitfall Trap at the right time twice is rough for us, obviously. Spell Pierce right on time. Yeah. That would have been good earlier. Now it's not so good. I guess if they are not attacking with those, at least they don't have anything great. Rakdos Signet, yeah. Yeah, those were bad draws. I was hoping to, be able to Spell Pierce something good, but they just went. They just got all the thing I wanted to Spell Pierce before I drew Spell Pierce. Some more lands. I should be playing my red instead of my green, I guess. Especially since they know about the red, that's a little bit lame. And they do have a Spider Monitor, so the attack with the Spider was actually pretty good last game. Maybe they brought it in, but I kind of have to take it and hope they have nothing somehow. Or they try to Genesis for a lot and I can Spell Pierce. Wall of Denial, yeah. Is there a way we come back? I think there was, as long as there was Sky Swallower and Broodmate in deck. Now that these are gone, I don't think we have any out. We had any out. Alright, unfortunate. I think this was a fine matchup. I mean, I think we had the tools to win. Potentially we had great late game. But I guess they drew slightly better. Hope you guys enjoyed that draft. Thanks for watching and see you for another one.